In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I generated $2,600 on my Blue Guardian $200,000 account. I think this is going to be one of the simplest strategies you've ever seen on YouTube, and I can't be more excited to share with you what I did. So here we go. I showed up to the chart at 6:30 a.m. Believe it or not, this is the first step. You need to create a framework on when you've agreed to show up to the chart at the same time every single day, or whatever fits your schedule. Maybe you work shift work and it can't be the same, but you need to create a schedule of when you're going to trade. For me, I trade from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is the opening bell. This works with my lifestyle and my day job and everything else. I am simply waiting for the 5-minute time frame candle to produce a red candle at, near, or above yesterday's daily high, or the reverse for a long. So that was a short example. For a long, I'm going to wait for price to be at, near, or below yesterday's daily low. In this case, I show up to the chart and we were close to yesterday's high. So the 6:30 a.m. candle is So I show up to the chart here. I'm waiting for the opening bell. I can see we're close to yesterday's daily high. Price pushes through. I wait. And to be vulnerable with you guys, I actually took a loss before this trade because I jumped into these candles here. I jumped in at the end of this candle, jumping the gun. It was red, but there was a few minutes left on the candle, and I jumped in, and it was too early. And by the time I'm already in, the candle closes, and it's not a signal. So I did take a loss on this, but I shouldn't. The strategy shouldn't have not taken a loss. So I jumped into one more up, so you can see my entry and exit there, and my actual position, and the actual signal that presented, which is the encouraging part for you as the viewer, that if you stick to the strategy, this sucker crushed it today. All I'm waiting for is that candle to close. I get in with my stop loss at the high here, and profit was set for a 2R. So if you're new to trading, it would look like this. I wait for that candle to close. I market order in. My stop loss was here, and the max it went so far is 7.5R, but don't worry about that because that's silly. I went for a 2R. Okay, very simple. Again, is price in the area I need it to be? For you, it could be something else. I use the previous daily high and low. Wait for my 5-minute candle to close, stop at the other side, profit 2R, and you're golden. I can't emphasize this part enough. I have 10 months of data on this strategy, and it crushes it. And let me tell you, I'm going through a journey in my trading where I've had some days in the last couple months where I didn't trust the system, or I bounced to another system, or I jumped the gun early today on a trade and wasted an entire loss. $1,300 completely wasted. And I am finding that if you just stick to the strategy you've tested, that you have collected data on, don't trust somebody else, because there's a conviction that is created inside of you when you're trading live, and you know, I've tested this. You can look at your Excel sheet or your FX replay and say, I have the data, I know this works. It gives you a confidence to stick to the play. I believe one of the holy grails of day trading is being able to come in sniper focused on knowing exactly what you're looking for. It's written down, it's proven in back testing, and there's no stress or thinking or confusion on anything else that's going on. You don't care. The market is about taking a very chaotic, confusing, lots going on, and creating a structure in it. You're taking chaos and creating structure. How do we create structure within chaos? That's why we draw boxes. That's why we hone in on 1 hour of trading. That's why we hone in on one time frame and just get it ultra focused, where our brain can make sense of what is generally chaos and random. Yeah, there's patterns, but each candle is random. So I can't encourage you enough. Showing up ultra focused on what you're looking for is absolutely just imperative. And then secondly to that, part of my holy grail there, I believe, is not watching the trade. I'm not an expert at this, but let me tell you, when I find that discipline in myself to simply not watch the trade, I become an animal in trading, because like I think what is getting in the way of most traders is getting emotionally involved in the trade. Well, guess what? If you've placed your trade and you've got your profit and stop loss set, you don't need to watch the trade. Your job's done. Once I've placed my stop loss and my profit, your job is done. Completely done. The only one caveat is if you want to move to break even at a certain level, which I have been doing, which requires me to watch the trade until it gets to 1R. I move to break even, and then in a perfect world, I shut it down. I don't need to watch if it hits TP or SL. Maybe you set some kind of rule that you go do whatever, and then in an hour from now you can check the result, or set a couple alerts on TradingView, and then you can see the result, because eventually you're gonna see the result. But in the moment when your brain's emotionally involved, I just think it's the best case scenario to not watch the trade. That's it, folks. That is how I generated $2,500 on this trade. Overall, the day's up $1,100. That is incredible, and it's all because I waited for the signal, and the day would have been up $2,600 if I didn't jump the gun here. I hope this added value. At the end of this video, I'm going to tag on my actual live trading at the end of this, and if you want to see me do it live, you can do that. Okay, thanks again for watching. I hope this added value for you, and we'll catch you on the next video.